2006, the year where Disney and THX ended their partnership. THX wasn't associated with Disney after the DVD release of Cars. But precisely, this is not what I mean. What I mean is that I am going through an awful tough time right now. It was October 1st, and I was having lunch. My mom reminded me that she will go in the shop to get some groceries. I finished my chicken gushins and decided to look in the Lifeline shop to find some rare stuff. I looked through the DVD shelf, finding many adult DVDs and kids DVDs. After a good 11 seconds, I found what appeared to be the rarest Pixar DVD box set to exist yet. It was an ultimate THX collection, featuring the first 7 Pixar films that were THX certified. The box set consisted of various Pixar characters from the first 7 Pixar films in a light blue background, while there is a caption above saying, Disney Pixar, the ultimate THX collection. The woman at the counter told me I could get it for free and I was happy to get it. As I walked out of the shop, my mom found me and noticed the box set. She was impressed I found something rare and we got home. As I got home, I put out the following Pixar films: Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, The Incredibles and Cars. I then noticed a secret DVD that was somehow enclosed inside of the front cover of the box set. The DVD that came in the box set. I took it out and it was a THX trailer starring Pixar characters. The cover depicted of many Pixar characters in gray rectangular boxes in a white background with the title, The Rare THX Trailer Made by Disney Pixar. The DVD was even rated as exempt from classification, for some reason. I got puzzled there. Aren't Pixar films usually rated G or PG? I said to myself. However, I was pretty lucky to find a rare DVD to add in my nostalgia museum. I opened up the DVD and placed the disc in my DVD player. When the DVD started, there was a language selection. The following languages were English, French, Italian, German and Russian. I pressed English because that's what I usually prefer to watch films in. It then took me to the DVD menu. At first, it showed a montage of clips from the first 7 Pixar films in release order and it took me to the actual menu. The DVD menu had a good design, as it showed a singular character from each of the first 7 Pixar films in square boxes, including text in his own box. The menu options were play, scene selection, setup and bonus features. I pressed play so I could kick back and enjoy it. Before the DVD started, it showed, yet again, another warning. This trailer was made for the theatrical release of Saw 3, and must not be viewed by children. Watch at your own risk. Not again. I muttered, face-palming. The trailer started. It showed Andy's house as seen in Toy Story 2 at night. It then panned into one of the windows into Andy's room. Just then, the main characters from the first 2 Toy Story films, Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Ham, Rex, Mr. Potato Head, Slinky Dog, the aliens, Jessie and Bullseye, walked in.
Okay guys, listen up.
Woody called out, getting everybody's attention.
It's time for a roll call.
Woody then paced back and forth, mentioning each toy's name.
Buzz.
At your service, Woody.
Buzz reminded.
Jesse.
Here.
Answered Jessie.
Bullseye.
Bullseye neighed, getting Woody's attention.
Ham.
No.
Ham said.
Rex. Here.
Said Rex.
Slinky.
Present.
Slinky stated.
Potato Head.
I'm right there, Woody!
Mr. Potato Head reminded.
Aliens.
The 3 aliens said in unison.
Good, everybody is here.
Woody said.
Now guys, there is a crazy robot on the loose tonight. So since Andy is away for a sleepover, we better stay up all night and check if he tries to attack anyone.
Just then, 2 familiar arms peered out of under the bed and grabbed the 3 aliens.
Help us.
One of the aliens cried.
Oh no!
Woody exclaimed. The arms then grabbed the aliens under the bed.
What just happened?
Buzz said in shock.
I've gotta see what's under the bed.
Said Jessie, walking towards the bed. Buzz grabbed Jessie by the arm.
Go, Jesse. There's something dangerous lurking through the house.
Buzz reminded.
Guys, I have a weird feeling about this.
Rex said in a nervous tone.
Don't worry, Rex. As long as the green guys are okay, we'll all be safe.
Slinky replied, trying to reassure Rex.
I guarantee whoever's in the house is kind of my age.
Ham remarked. Mr. Potato Head then heard what sounded like his wife.
Sweetheart, let me in Andy's room.
I'm coming, dear. You'll be safe with us.
Potato Head said, walking to the door. Once he opened the door, he got pulled away off screen, screaming. And a familiar figure then flew out of the door. It was Tex.
Hey there, toys. It's Sexy Texy.
Tex taunted. Rex let out a short scream of terror.
That's you.
Buzz angrily shouted, pointing to the robot.
Get out of Andy's house, you monster!
Woody yelled too.
Oh, we'll see about that, cowboy.
Tex mocked. Tex then pressed the button on his chest to activate his jetpack and flew towards Slinky and grabbed him by the tail. Slinky screamed as he was being pulled by his lower half. Rex and Ham were concerned for Slinky. They grabbed him by both of his arms. Woody, Buzz and Jesse decided to join in the tug of war, but Tex was too strong. Tex, laughing evilly, then lifted Slinky, Ham and Rex into the air and the other three toys let go of them. Tex then threw the piggy bank, dinosaur and stretchable dog out of Andy's bedroom window, sending them flying through the air. Slinky, Rex and Ham screamed as they soared straight in the air until they landed on the road and got ran over by an incoming truck.
Who else wants to be tortured by Sexy Texy?
Tex asked.
Nobody hurts our friends.
Jesse shouted, with realistic aggression. Jesse jumped onto Bullseye's back and the duo charged up towards Tex, but Tex used his Mucan, tipped it upside down and created a shockwave, causing them to fly into portals that resembled hell. We heard what sounded like flames engulfing and Jesse letting out a scream of anguish, while Bullseye, on the other hand, can be heard whinnying loudly.
Jesse!
Buzz shouted in horror.
Bullseye!
Woody shouted in horror too.
Time for your times to go now, you two.
Tex asked creepily.
Buzz, we've got to get out of here!
Woody reminded Buzz. Buzz and Woody then ran to Andy's desk to evacuate through the window. As Buzz was about to jump out of the window, he was suddenly grabbed on the waist by Tex's arms.
Woody, help me.
Buzz cried. Woody was stunned.
Leave him alone!
He shouted. Woody grabbed Buzz by his hand while Tex grabbed him by the waist, leading to a tug of war. Not long after, Woody was snatched on the ankle by the mismatched toy arms from the second film. They plucked him into the air, swinging him around.
Woody. No!
Buzz yelled. Woody began screaming as the mismatched toy arms swung him around the room and finally flung him into an opening portal, leading to the same area from Woody's nightmare, also from the second film. Woody landed on the ground. He heard Tex coming. He hid behind the dustbin so he won't find him. Tex was seen in the shadows and walked around to look for Woody.
Oh, cowboy, where are you?
Tex cooed.
Don't worry, I'm only going to hurt you. Really bad.
Just then, Woody was grabbed by the head by the mismatched toy arms. He yelled in startlement. Tex had found him. He yanked Woody out of the mismatched arms' grip.
You're not going to like what I put in that trash can.
Tex said, before letting out a chuckle.
What did you put in there?
Woody asked nervously. Tex then held him over the dustbin, and it was revealed that he put a pool of blood in it.
Don't you, Sheriff?
Tex yelled in encouragement.
Wait, please, don't, no!
Woody said, as Tex lowered his hand down into the puddle. Just then, the mismatched toy arms appeared out of the dustbin, covered in blood. The blood drained through the dustbin and proceeded to pull him down. Tex began laughing maniacally as Woody was sinking. Woody screamed, but it wasn't Tom Hanks's voice, it was the famous classic Howie scream. Just then, Tex closed the dustbin by putting the lid on. Also just then, it showed a shot of the laugh floor in the dark from Monsters Inc. Sully and Mike were guarding it for duty in case of any criminals. They were guarding Boo's door because they didn't want to leave her behind.
Sullivan, Wazowski, I'm here.
Tex's voice said.
Do you hear that, Sully?
Mike asked in fear.
Yes, I heard it.
Sully replied. Just then, the duo heard a chainsaw starting up.
Mike, I have a bad feeling about this.
Sully said. Just then, Tex dropped down in front of Mike and Sully, startling them.
Hey there, monsters. Why don't you scare children anymore?
Tex said sinisterly.
We don't scare children anymore, because I've seen the look on a petrified little girl's face. That's why.
Sully replied.
You hear what my friend said. Now get out.
Mike berated.
You know what? In that case,
Tex said, as he grabbed out a chainsaw from the back of his belt. Tex then started up the chainsaw. Sully and Mike gasped in shock.
Mike, we gotta hide in Boo's room.
Sully told Mike. The two monsters then ran through Boo's door and locked it.
Steady?
Boo asked.
There's no time for kidding, Boo. There's a psychotic robot trying to kill us.
Sully exclaimed. Just then, a chainsaw then poked through Boo's door. Boo screamed, Mike fell back in shock and Sully gasped. Tex then poked his head through the hole and said,
here's Taxi.
Sully, what do we do?
Mike asked.
I don't know. There's no other way to get rid of him.
Sully responded. Tex then sawed the rest of Boo's door down with his chainsaw.
Hey Wazowski, what do you look like as a bowling ball?
Tex asked evilly.
You do not want to know what I look like as one? In fact, you are a lot worse than Randall.
Mike berated.
Okay, let's go bowling with Tex the T-Rex.
He said. Tex then started up his chainsaw, getting ready to kill Mike.
Hey, you kill him. I will call the CDA.
Sully angrily shouted. Tex slowly walked up towards Mike, with the chainsaw still running.
Please, no, don't kill me. I'm a one-eyed monster. Don't do that. No, no, no!
Tex then threw his chainsaw up into the air and slammed it down on Mike's arms and legs, laughing wickedly. Mike screamed with realistic emotion. His actor Billy Crystal sounded like he was being tortured really badly. Boo screamed and cried at the same time watching what was happening. Sully covered her eyes, screaming with her. Tex then stopped sawing Mike and he had sawed his arms and legs off clean, though a bit of blood could be seen. Mike had no pulse. Boo cried for a bit.
Right, Wazowski.
Boo moaned.
Oh, don't forget this.
Tex said. He opened up his mouth widely and let out both the scream and the deep note at the same time. Sully and Boo covered their ears because of how loud it was, trying to block out the sound. Sully's ears began to bleed at that moment. The sound was loud from my DVD player too. I covered my ears as well. Sully used his other arm to grab a vase on Boo's shelf and smashed it over Tex's head. The deep note and scream stopped. I uncovered my ears, but they were bleeding.
Ow.
Tex said, rubbing his metallic head.
That's it. It's time for me to kill you for real.
Tex threw a pipe bomb into Boo's room. Boo squealed in horror and Sully gasped. Tex then flew out laughing maniacally through the hallway so he doesn't get engulfed in flames. It then showed a shot of Sully and Boo panicking over the bomb. Once the pipe bomb exploded, the screen then cut to black. But the trailer wasn't over yet. It showed a scene of a fish tank. In the fish tank, there was Marlin, Nemo and Dory, from Finding Nemo.
Where is everybody?
Marlin asked.
Dad, I'm scared.
Said Nemo.
I don't know where we are.
This isn't P. Charlie 42 Wallace Way Sid.
Dory said.
It's P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way Sydney Dory.
Marlin corrected.
Right.
She responded. Just then, Tex then jumped in front of the tank, scaring the three fish. Marlin, Dory and Nemo screamed.
What's up, fishies? I'm in the mood for fish and chips.
Tex said.
You're not gonna cook us, are you?
Asked Marlin.
Wanna bet?
Asked Tex. Tex then used a small fishing net and picked up the trio with it. He approached a frying pan that was already boiling. Just then, Tex placed them onto the pan. Nemo, Marlin and Dory screamed in agony as they were being cooked, while Tex, on the other hand, laughed like crazy.
I don't want to be fish food, Dad.
Nemo cried.
Any fish help us? We're cooking.
Dory screamed realistically, as her flesh slowly fried. Just then, it cut to a view of Metroville from The Incredibles at night. Just then, the Parr family walked in with their superhero outfits.
This is just night duty for us kids. Your mother and I are counting on you.
Bob said. Just then, the family heard evil laughter.
Wait, Syndrome's alive?
Helen wondered. Just then, Tex flew in front of them.
Hello, Incredibles. Looking for evil to fight?
Tex asked mockingly.
Yeah, we are going to give you a big knockout red robot.
Said Bob, preparing to fight him. Tex chuckled.
You think I'm not strong enough? Well, what about this?
Tex then grabbed out both a chainsaw and a butcher's knife. Bond gasped.
We can't fight him, he's too dangerous to fight with.
Helen reminded.
Let me make a large force field that could protect us.
Violet said. She then summoned a force field and put it around her and her family.
Leave this to me, I'll get ourselves out of here.
Dash remarked. He then proceeded to use his super speed to run very fast.
Hey, don't you run from the T-Man.
Tex shouted. He pressed the button on his chest and proceeded to fly after them.
Dash, he's gaining on us.
Bond told Dash. Dash continued running for his family, while Jack whimpered for a bit. Tex couldn't fly faster. He then pushed his finger into his jetpack but pressing it harder.
Come on. Let's get faster.
Tex yelled and he flew a lot faster.
Almost there. Almost there.
Violet said, as she and her family were almost out of town. However, a portal to a fiery place opened in front of them.
What?
Bob explained. The Incredibles family then went through the portal and screamed as they fell. They continued screaming until there was a sudden fiery explosion before the portal closed. Then another scene played. It showed Flick, Dot and Heimlich sleeping. When it zoomed out, it was revealed they were on a wooden table, with a lamp being shown on them. Flick woke up, but was confused by what he was sitting on.
Where am I?
Flick asked.
Heimlich, Dot, wake up.
Dot and Heimlich woke up.
What is it, Flick?
Heimlich spoke. Just then, Tex came in with a magnifying glass. Dot shrieked shortly.
Who are you?
She asked fearfully.
Well, hi there, little buggies. The name is Tex.
Tex introduced himself.
Tell us one good reason why you took us here.
Flick demanded.
I want to give you guys a sunny day. Let's have fun in the sun with the T-Man.
Tex remarked. Tex then held the magnifying glass over the lamp and the three bugs began burning. Flick, Heimlich and Dot screamed in anguish as their skin was being burnt. Tex laughed like crazy as he scorched the three bugs until they fainted, with their skin now in a shade of dark brown. Just then, it showed a car scene. It began with Lightning McQueen and Mater at the tractor pasture. The entire field was empty, except for the two cars who were visiting.
Isn't this Greg McQueen?
Mater asked.
We're on field duty.
You bet, Mayor. You bet.
Lightning replied. Just then, they heard rustling from a bush.
What is that?
Lightning asked.
Is it the ghost light?
Asked Mater fearfully.
I doubt it. It's gotta be something larger than that.
Lightning said. The two cars then heard what sounded like a chainsaw.
What's that?
Mater said, about to panic. The chainsaw sound got louder and louder until the bush got chopped in half, revealing Tex.
It's time to fix some cars.
Tex shouted in delight and evil. Mater screamed, but his scream sounded like his voice actor had lost his crap. Mater drove away screaming, and Tex began to run up towards Lightning. Lightning drove off too. Tex then pressed the button on his chest and activated his jetpack, and flew towards the two cars. He swung his chainsaw around, laughing crazily. As Lightning and Mater were about to evacuate the field, Tex suddenly teleported in front of them. Tex then flew towards Lightning, about to swing his chainsaw down on him. Right before his chainsaw was about to make contact with Lightning, the screen cut to black. It showed a black screen for 5 seconds, until it showed a wide shot of the THX logo in a dark background. The Pixar mascot, Luxo Jr., can be seen on the ground, broken. Just then, the screaming deep note raised and played. This time, it featured many screams that belonged to various Pixar characters including those of Woody's, Buzz's, Sully's, Mike's, Flick's, Nemo's and Lightning McQueen's. Just then, Tex dropped down to the ground as if it was a jump scare and faced the audience.
Hello Pixar fans. It's Texy. I have murdered your precious Pixar characters. Want to know why? Because they disrespect me and my logo. If either of you are ever scared of me, Texy's coming for you. Farewell.
Tex then flew away into the night sky, laughing evilly. Just then, the THX slogan, "The audience is listening," dropped down. The screen then faded to black. But not long after, it showed an edited close-up shot of Woody screaming after waking up from his nightmare from Toy Story 2, only that he is crying blood, and his eyes were red rather than brown, accompanied by the Howie scream, "Scaring the crap out of me." Just then, the DVD ended and it took me back to the menu. I was going to take out the DVD, but I thought I should look through the bonus features. The bonus features were the 3 text trailers, Tex's debut, Myuu and Action, trailers of the first 7 Pixar films and a web link to Pixar's website. When my mom came home, I showed her what I saw on the DVD. Fortunately, she knew I was telling the truth. I managed to grab a few screenshots before she burnt the DVD, but not the other DVDs. I didn't sleep for the night. I dreamed of many different ways Tex could kill me, drowning me in a bloody puddle, killing me with a chainsaw, frying me alive, sending me into a portal to hell and burning me with a magnifying glass. Obviously, this is one of Adam Pennington's sick tricks. At least that bastard has 20 years of imprisonment. There are so much weird animators out there.